Hello everyone, I'm V and today I'm here to have a presentation about blockchain technology for enhancing information sharing in supply chain. Information sharing is one of the most important components of supply chain collaboration. It enhances the information flow along the supply chain and help companies work closely together and achieve shared objectives like reducing costs, improve customer satisfaction, and efficiency. In today's business, it's very important for players among the supply chain to collaborate to gain advantages because customers become more demanding in terms of um, faster response time, shorter lead time, and more customized products or services. So there are some main points that I'm going to cover in today's presentation. Firstly, I will briefly go through the benefits and challenges in information sharing in supply chain. And secondly, I will talk about blockchain technology and its advantages. And then I'll give an example of blockchain application in maritime transport. And the last part is the challenges for implementation blockchain technology in reality. So when the information is shared across the supply chain, on the relevant party upstream and downstream can synchronize their activities and processes from sales, production, and logistics. Share information can be at operational level like delivery schedule, availability of inventory, order status, or tracking, uh, or strategic level like resources planning or demand forecasts. So effective information flow with accurate and timely information can enhance visibility and customer satisfaction, reduce costs, inefficiencies, and uncertainties. Also increase flexibility in response to customer demand and also changing the relationship between buyers and sellers. For example, the information sharing between buyer and seller can reduce the inventory level and prevent the stockouts. So information technology enable the data sharing by connecting different parties through electrical integrated information system and communication network like ERP, EDI, e-commerce, internet. But there's still challenges in information sharing like lack of trust and willingness of involved parties or making information visible and transparent along the supply chain network, or there's concern about information security or monopoly control of information and cyber attacks. For example, let's look at some limitation of current ERP. Enterprise resource planning. It is a software setup which can connect and integrate separate computer systems within an organization or cross-organization, which can enhance the connectivity and collaboration amongst different parties. However, the system still cannot reliably connect the three flows, that is information flow, physical flow, and financial flow of a transaction. For example, if a retailer places an order to a supplier and the supplier requests a loan from a bank to fulfill the order. In this case, if the bank they doesn't have any connection to the system of the retailer or the supplier, they can't verify the order immediately. They have to conduct the physical audit and review before approving the loan to the supplier. So in this case, making information visible to all of the relevant parties is challenging. The second point is the errors related to transaction of each type of asset and good cannot be tracked and traced timely at all stages, especially when a company engaged in thousands of transactions per day with different parties, buyers, suppliers for different products. This job will be very challenging. And then to integrate ERP system is very complicated, expensive, and time-consuming. Especially ERP is customized and tailored according to the requirement of each organization. So they might have different ERP system with different standard for information storing and exchanging. So what is blockchain technology and how it can bring about the solution for the shortcomings of current technology? Blockchain technology is an emerging technology of 4.0 industrial revolution, and it's the technology behind the cryptocurrency. But this technology can also apply in supply chain industry. Blockchain technology is an open and distributed ledger that can record transactions between two parties efficiently and in a verifiable and permanent way. The ledger itself can be also programmed to trigger transaction automatically. So blockchain technology is still a new concept and it hasn't widely adopted yet in reality, and it's very difficult for us to go deeply and understand about this technology. So I just highlight the four main characteristics that make this technology ideal for enhancing connectivity and collaboration in supply chain. They are distributed database, peer-to-peer network, validation process, immutable data, or irreversibility of records. As you can see here, a transaction related to an asset, like an order, will be registered on the system and serve as a digital token or a block here. All of the information will be encrypted and stored here on this block, and this block will be shared along the network to unlimited participants. Participants will have a unique identification with a digital signature, and only the participant with a private key can access to the content of the block. In the B2B network, participants can directly communicate and verify transactions to each other without going through a third party, and by this, parties can be trusted along the way. And also, in this decentralized system, there is no third party or central party who can control the information, and this will reduce the concern about data security, monopoly control of data, or transparency. And the next one is the validation process. To be recorded on a block, a transaction must be confirmed and verified by all of the concerned party through a mechanism called consensus mechanism with specific codes and hash. And this will prevent the fraudulent transaction in the system and make the information more reliable. And once the transaction is recorded, it can't be hacked or erased or entered. Any change in the original transaction will be recorded in a new block which is linked to the previous block, hence the name of blockchain. And that means all of the transaction history related to an asset will be traced and tracked in real-time data, and this will enhance the visibility of the information to parties along the supply chain. To sum up, the benefit of blockchain technology is to encourage information sharing and increase efficiency of the sharing process through increasing trust, security, visibility, network expansion, and interconnectivity and integration along the supply chain. Blockchain technology is still at the initial stage, and there are only a few pilot projects which is developed by leading companies in the industry, especially in maritime transport, and one of it is Tracelands, which is a blockchain-based solution developed by Maersk and IBM. As you can see here, in today's supply chain network, not only relevant parties are effectively connected, like the authorities in different places with other stakeholders, which can cause the bottlenecks in information and documentation flow, and this can cause the physical delay of the cargo. With the trade lanes, a electrical platform is provided with digitalize all of the document and data through a single view window, which connect all the parties involved in international trade, as you can see here. This facilitates more efficient interaction and communication, and provide real-time access to shipping data and shipping documents. Traders also offer end-to-end visibility by connecting the blockchain platform with IoT technology using smart devices as sensor, which can monitor, detect the environment, and communicate information to the system automatically. So each participant can view the progress of goods through the supply chain, understand the movement, the location of container during the transit, and even the condition of goods. Trade lanes also program with smart contracts. Smart contracts is a self-verifying, self-executing, and self-response agreements through the checking of predetermined conditions. This can automate the transactions and facilitate the real-time exchange of origin, supply chain events, and documents. This enable the collaboration in cross-organizational business processes. In addition, no one can modify, delete, or append any record without consensus from others on the network. According to Musk, most of cases the container can be loaded on the ship in few minutes. However, it can be held up in port for many days due to missing of paperwork and slow processes. So the time transit at port accounting for high percentage of total transit time of a shipment. I'll give another example on how blockchain, IoT, and smart contract can be applied to enhance connectivity and reduce processing time at port for a imported shipment. As you can see here, traditionally port users are connected to a centralized system called port committee system, and with blockchain application, decentralized system will connect each of the party related to the shipment, including the bank. So the information regarding to the physical flow and financial flow are visible to every party in the network, and there is no blind spot. So one of the most common bottlenecks at port is the delay in cargo releasing caused by the poor coordination between the receiver, bank, and the port, because the receiver only can receive the cargo once the payment is arranged according to the trading term, and all the information is cross-checked between the bank and port. So in this case, you can see freight forwarder is the one who will input on the relevant information like bill of lading, and this is can accessed by relevant party like port and bank. And then there's a sensor installed on the container, and once the container is discharged, the smart device will update the event automatically on the system, and the bank as a participant on the system, so they can immediately notified about the uh, status of the cargo and start to process the payment immediately. And once all the conditions are met, smart contract will automatically create a payment order, and the transaction is complete, and it will be updated and transferred to the system again, and everybody can see that the transaction is complete, and port authority can release the cargo. Freight forwarder can arrange the inland transport like truck, and the container leaves the terminal. Although blockchain technology has huge potential in increasing connectivity, collaboration, and transform supply chain activities, however, there's still challenges need to be overcome, like it's still a very complex technology and require high level of literacy and computerization. No underlying standard or difficult to negotiate and bring all the party together due to lack of the knowledge and public trust. Other legal issues like there's no central authority who will govern the system and responsibility if something happened to the system, and it's difficult to settle legal dispute because different jurisdiction and legislation involved in blockchain transaction, and blockchain and smart contract is not widely recognized in official legal framework. Therefore, further research needs to be in place to provide solution to these challenges and leverage the potential of blockchain technology. And that's all for my presentation today. If you have any question, please feel free to drop it here. And thank you for your listening.